inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey ladies, what's going on? Good morning. Hey, I am in a state of overwhelm, positive overwhelm, or better yet, I should say overload. I have connected with a new mentor, somebody that I've actually worked before as a coach. And I've been listening to a lot of material from him and other Black millionaires that he's talked to. And something came up in one of those in particular that I want to talk to you all about today. I honestly have to slow my mind down because I want to talk about 51 million things. And you guys know every once in a while I can go on a tangent, or no, on a regular basis I can go on a tangent. But this podcast episode, I want to stay in one particular space. I remember back in 2017, while I was doing this Facebook group that I called Real Talk for Business Mastery. It was a paid group and I had about 15 women in there. And I remember one day it hit me because, it was a very organic space. This is when I was still relatively new, and I knew that I could help people, but I didn't necessarily have course structure and all of that stuff, but I was still serving. And one day I came in the group and I did a live video and I was like, hey, how many of you are actually taking the time out to do research? And I had about 4 people say, I don't do that. And the reasons were anything from I just don't do it, or I actually was doing that, but I was told that was a waste of time. I just need to get out there and do the work. And why am I looking at other things and other people? Because, I'm my only competition is me. And I just got a lot of, pushback. And so I, went into my coach mode and I was like, wait a minute, listen, y'all can't be immature. Whether you want to be a competitor or not in business, you are. And a lot of you flow in similar circles. If you're a healer, you like to be around other healers that are connected to you. Coaches usually tend to connect with other coaches. You're not just connecting with your tribe. At least you shouldn't be, because a lot of times your clientele is going to come from other people that are in similar fields, like when you do summits. And people are going to be looking and they'll say, which one should I really go with? I'm feeling Stephanie and I'm feeling August, but they might look at the price point.
They may look at, well, I'm married and she's married, so I think I'll go with her. Well, you know what? I'm younger and I want someone that's successful, that's a millennial, and so on and so forth. And so whether you want to be competitive or not, you are. And some of you, yes, I understand that you're revolutionary and you're different and you really, really, truly, honestly are bringing something new to the table in your industry. But remember, there's a phrase in the Bible that says nothing new has been done under the sun. And if you just pay attention and wheel your energy to it, you're always going to end up seeing, wait a minute, I'm not the only person who's doing this. I'm not the only person that's emphasizing it. We're all kind of giving it our unique twist. But at the end of the day, there are several of us that are saying the same thing. Now, for instance, with me, I'll always say, my summit, nobody's summit is like my summit because there is such a personal touch, and I'll start going off and rattling off these things. And in my world, in my space, that's true. But there's somebody else out there that has that same level of genius and they're doing the same thing. But there are over 7 billion people on the planet. We just haven't bumped heads yet. But in somebody else's world where they're Googling or a part of the Facebook algorithm, then they're getting an opportunity to see those things. And so you need to know. You need to know what's going on. And I'm going to be really honest with you. So many of you that listen to this podcast, you don't even have a coach. You are bent out of shape about making sure that you prove that you can do this on your own. You're attracted to the information that you hear, but you're not even necessarily trying to get a coach. Or even if you want one and you are down with coaching itself, you don't have the money at this point. Your funds are being allocated towards something completely different. And you're like, well, I got to figure this out on my own until I can afford a coach. Well, let me tell you something. If you aren't getting any guidance at all, and even if you are getting guidance, you're going to need to understand that research is freaking imperative. You not only have to know what's going on with your competitors, but you have to stay abreast of what's going on in the industry, period. It's like people, which don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that you can't do this, but it's like somebody wanting to do a teleseminar when summits most often now are done on video. I remember when I first came into the industry, teleseminars were very popular, but switching to the video format was something that was happening. And I can't imagine going to a telesummit. Now, do people often give the audio files because it's easier? Because some people prefer to chime into an audio instead of a video because of some technological differences with the playback and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. But if the only thing you do is stay stuck where you are, you're going to still be trying to write a book with a typewriter when you could be putting it on a computer. That's all I'm saying. And so anyway, there's this woman by the name of Kathy Hughes, very extraordinary woman. And she was interviewed by Brother Bedford. And in that interview, he was like, well, what's some of your advice, that you would give to a beginning entrepreneur? And the first thing she said is that you have to know what it is that you want to do. You need to quantify it and qualify it. And then you need to do your research and you need to read. And I was just listening. And for me, it was a beautiful and it was a proud moment. Not because I ever doubted what I was telling my clients, because a lot of them excelled and are still excelling because of them taking that advice. But it always feels good to know that on your own journey, that you're on the right track. And to hear other successful people say, you need to do things that you're doing. Yeah, that shit, it feels pretty good too. But what are you supposed to be researching? Is it methodologies, techniques, and structures? Sometimes the research is right there inside of your business. A lot of you are not asking your clients enough questions. You're not digging for information. When I say research, it can go so many different ways, but the point is you need to be getting intel that's going to help you better serve your clients, intel that's going to help you be better at marketing yourself, intel about pricing structure. Hell, sometimes you need intel about what's going on in the economy. While everybody's, screaming high ticket cost and all of this stuff because of the changes in the economy, you can't act like that's not going to affect your business. And so how do you price things accordingly so that it is still appealing to people, but then still favorable to your energy? All of those things come from research. So, yep, that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm going to leave it right there as far as the nugget is concerned. But on another note, I'm super excited because guess what? The community is continuing to grow. AC Live is doing absolutely wonderful. And I want you there. I want you there with us. While we are getting to know one another, we are building communities of sisters that are available to collaborate. We are expanding our information and our knowledge base. And we're just somewhere where we don't have to surrender to algorithms. We can actually build communities and create and foster relationships based on us actually getting to know each other, not because of what's being put in our face. A lot of things are going to be going and growing, and you want to be around a community of other like-minded individuals where you could talk about the issues that are important to you, where you can be in an environment that is solution-oriented. You guys come on over to aclive.co and join the book clubs, do whatever you wanted to, but get the resources, build community. You're going to need relationships more than you ever have before. And I'm looking forward to, when I see you there. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a fabulous day. And until next time, as usual, deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomen.don't bitch.podcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you.